You're looking at a house in a complete state of disrepair, and now, compared with earlier video I took, it's overgrown as well. So I can only guess the farmer no longer brings his sheep here, which is a shame because it used to keep all this nice and clear. So the story about this house was I bought it in 2007. I'm just going to fight the greenery to tell you this, from a lady who lives in the village, still does I believe, and she was given the impression by the people who sold it to me that I was going to look after this house and do it up and make something special out of it. All the houses in these villages are basically how we'd have had them in the 60s. They had no inside toilets, no modern bathrooms and kitchens, fairly basic houses, and I've got some pictures of this house from back in 2007. Buying a house in 2007 with all sorts of good intentions didn't quite work out because, as you probably know, in 2008 we had the great banking crash. So everybody who was in property at that point seems to disappear. The solicitors closed down and the property sources closed down, companies went bankrupt, and probably 95% of the people who were doing property before 2008 just closed down, went bankrupt and disappeared, and ran off with our money in some cases. I was told back in 2007 there was a small hole in the roof that needed fixing or things could get worse. Well, it never got fixed because the people who said they were going to organise that, they also disappeared. Water got into the house, and what I didn't know then, but I surely know now, is that the houses here are built of mud bricks. There is some stone, and this wall behind is a fine example of how nice the stone can be. I wish I had more of it, but the whole main core of the house is gone because the water gets in, and I don't need to explain to you why mud bricks are not a good idea when there's water. So the house started to collapse, and eventually the hole in the roof got bigger and bigger until the roof was gone. The first floor collapsed, so there's nothing up there now, and basically everything, including the roof, fell to the ground, and it's down here. So in 2016 I had a team of local men come and clear the site, get rid of all the rubble, and thought that would be the end of it and we'd start the rebuild. There's a lot more rubble gone since, and we're probably going to have them back in again, and now we're going to need a bit more than a few sheep to clear this site.